Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your monthly reading for January 2025. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right into it, Cancer. Happy New Year. Y'all are amazing. I'm very excited to kick off the new year with Cancer, with y'all. Y'all, I love y'all. I'm getting emotional. I get really emotional. I'm going to tell you why, actually. I have something that I have in common with y'all. But anyway, I'm very excited. January, look at what's happening. These are just transits. January's wild, okay? Now, the first half of January, and I have to make this distinction. The first half of January, it feels like, you know, those carnival rides where it just goes like, and then whoosh. That's what it feels like. So the first half of January is like, and then whoosh, once we hit the full moon in your sign this month, okay? So it's gonna be pretty big. You see Mercury is going to be in 3 signs this month, right? Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. Mars moves back into your sign. We'll talk about that all month. Okay, all month. And then we enter Aquarius season. I mean, again, big month. We've got the nodal shifts. Really big month. And the aspects are on the back, and we'll turn that over in a second. But when I talk about the first 2 weeks of January, it is a time for you to just kind of complete things. It really is more planning mode. The first 2 weeks, it's restructuring, putting ducks in a row, finishing things out, even like detoxing things that you don't want in your life anymore. You don't want to bring it into 2025. Triple checking your aspirations. That's what the first 2 weeks are. And that's what I would recommend you do, because you might feel like you're hitting some dead ends or nothing's happening as fast as you want. Because remember, Mars is retrograde all month and everyone's feeling that. Okay. And then Mars is going to retrograde in your sign as of January. What is it? 6. All right. So just bear that in mind. Again, we'll talk about it in a second, but I do want to also say that once we hit the second half of the month, that is like cosmic, epic proportions. All right, you're gonna feel like you're dancing with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling and Barbie. I mean, it's gonna be big. Okay, so the other thing is really pay attention to what I say for the first half of the month, because next week I'm not doing your weekly forecast and it's not going to be the first week of January. Next week is when I'm going to post your part 2 for your 2025 forecast, which is, I didn't get to say everything. I mean, it's such a wild year, and you're really going to want to know, Cancer, what's happening. It's just big. It's big. All right. So the other thing is, remember, we had a new moon in Capricorn at December 30th. So the first few weeks also of January, we're still under the umbrella of that new moon in Capricorn that was in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So there's something new brewing there. It can be love, it can be business, it can be work, it can be just one-on-one. All right, your nanny, whatever it is. It just, there's something here that's really nice. Now, Mars. Let's talk about Mars, the planet of action, drive, passion, physical energy, all of that. Physicality still in hibernation, and then shifting into your sign. So remember, it's still redefining your goals, your plans. Mars is moving back into your sign, so let's talk about that. Remember, last year in October, November, when I told you, because Mars moved into your sign back then, I told you when we get to January, when Mars moves into your sign again, retrograde, you're going to be coming back to something. So there's something in October, November that you were going through that is going to come up this month. All right. So just bear that in mind. It's just asking you to work with that energy. Okay. And it's another reason why to just continue to build your to-do list and your resume if you're looking for a new job, or adjusting your Tinder settings, whatever it is. Just the first 2 months is just planning, because if you saw your last week's reading, Mars will be opposite Pluto right off the bat. That's a big aspect. You're going to be feeling that the first 2 weeks. All right. You're already feeling it now. All right. Because you feel it on both ends. The same thing with Jupiter square Saturn. You're going to be feeling that the first 2 weeks of January. So again, there may be some power struggles. There may be egos at play. There may be a lot of competitive energy around this time. People are going to be in moods. They're going to veer more toward no. Mars in Leo, opposite Pluto in Aquarius, two fixed signs. That's fixed energy. So it can be a little, yeah. The other thing is Mars is the warrior god, the god of war. And Pluto just likes to break things. So Pluto also unearths secrets. And Pluto has moved into Aquarius, Cancer, in your eighth house. That is deep, that's intense, and that is a lot of secrets that may be coming about. All right. Things that you need to hear, maybe even things that you say around this time. All right. But just also remember Pluto in Aquarius, it's also freedom. All right. So, sense of individuality. But just know with this opposition, a lot of this could be tested here, maybe even power struggles. You're going through a whole thing with Mars retrograde in your sign as well. All right. Really, really re-examining, reassessing like what you want, who you are, the role that you want to play. Big questions. Okay, so if this is happening with all the power struggles and egos at play and oppositions and squares and retrograde, how can you use this productively? Well, channel this energy creatively, physically even. Okay, go audition for Annie. Go build a boat, do something that, when you're in the zone, things come up. Take long walks with those things, in your arms, whatever it is, bake a pie, do what you need to do, but have a lot of introspection, Cancer, with Mars retrograde in your sign. Okay. Mars in your sign, there's a lot of emphasis on home and family, parents, children, nurturing energy, love. But remember what I said. Mars is, remember what I said last year. Mars does not like being in Cancer because Mars is like, go, 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 go. And you're so nurturing and, emotion driven and your sign. So Mars doesn't do well in Cancer, but Mars does not do well with retrogrades. And so Mars in Cancer is like Thor or even Aries, the god of war, at a housewarming party doing air kisses, eating deviled eggs. Mars doesn't like any of that. So there is going to be a little bit of, right? Just like, why is nothing happening? Why can't I get out of this? Right? Remember, Cancer, your glyph is the crab. So the pinchers can come out. That's, you could feel a little extra sensitive, defensive around this time. All right. So it's especially the first 2 weeks. All right. Even now, with Mars retrograde, even, like little things. So that's the thing. Don't sweat the small things. It's like little things could, yeah. It's like even the fact that, you watching this right now, you could, the fact that I'm wearing a gray sweater, you just might be like, why is he wearing a gray sweater? Like little things. So don't sweat the small stuff. Go within. Have your intuitive moments. Okay. Really go within. And I want you to pay attention to mid-month, and we're going to talk about this later. By the way, if you are new to my channel, I'm giving you your astrological overview, then I'll do your spread, and then I break it down week by week, okay, to give you some aspects to look forward to. And also, I do your second spread here. All right. So it is, what I was saying is by the time we get to mid-month, the sun will be opposite Mars. And that's when we are at the halfway point for the Mars retrograde. So it's just a time to stay frosty, be cool, put on your cool sunglasses. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. Okay. Who's the first to tell me who wrote that, who said that, without Googling it, no cheating, no chat GPT, you get a kiss for me. All right. So, just to reiterate, the first 2 weeks, plan things out, take your time, map things out, process things, downward dog, all of that. All right. We still have Jupiter and Gemini. All right. Remember that. And so that's all about going within, that inner wisdom with Jupiter retrograde. It's in your 12th house. So you're definitely going through a lot. Okay. I'm here for you. Okay. And Jupiter and Gemini is still learning new things, curious about things. So maybe it is a time to, like, I don't know, maybe you're interested in plant medicine and want to know more, right? or, like marketing. I don't know, whatever you just take that time, okay, and just see how things unfold, but just definitely don't sweat the small stuff. Remember, you're on a karmic journey and continue to vibrate at this high frequency, all right? Because you are going to hit the ground running once we get to your full moon, okay? Now, some big stuff, other big stuff that's happening. Venus moving into Pisces. You see that's happening on Tuesday, January 2nd or 3rd, depending on where you live in the world. But this is big. This is big. Venus is exalted in Pisces, meaning she does her best here. It is so she's not just in her throne, she's in her throne that's carried by, warriors. It's big. It's big. Venus in Pisces is all about compassion, empathy, spirituality, intuition. It vibes really well with you. Pisces being your BFF, fellow water sign, but Venus in Pisces is your ninth house of spirituality and higher mind and wisdom and your philosophy. So this is going to be absolutely lovely. Venus and Pisces, again, all month long. It's like a love letter. It's like a message in a bottle. All right. You're going to feel your heart swell. It's so beautiful. It's you being emotionally moved toward the things that bring you pleasure, things that you desire, love, money, creativity, beauty, shopping, all of that on the table, intuition and creativity. Definitely harness those two energies this month. All right. You're going to feel it. All right, those are like the golden buzzers of this transit. Now, Wednesday, January 8th, Mercury officially moves into Capricorn for 2.5 weeks, okay? Another reason why it's like preparation mode, like preparing mode, like putting wheels in motion, because Mercury in Capricorn is very disciplined, structured, practical, pragmatic thinking. And Capricorn is your opposite sign of partnerships and relationships coming after that new moon, right? So there's a lot of processing here, mapping out your long-term goals. Very Mercury and Capricorn is very no nonsense. Eyes on the prize. Let's go for it. Let's get it. Okay. Now you see that you have the North Node on Saturday, January 11th. The North Node moving into Pisces, South Node in Virgo. So I talked a lot about this in your annual forecast. Just know we're here. We're here. It's going to be here all year long. This shift, you're going to start feeling this shift in a huge way. Huge. I mean, big. All right. The nodes are your mission statement, why you're here on earth, your higher purpose, your destiny. They're the points of fate. Okay. Remember, I call this in your monthly or your annual forecast. This is like a healing path. Pisces, Virgo, and that's spiritual, that's emotional, that's physical, that's mental, that's social, all of that, all types of health on the table here. All right. So North Node is really where you're going, your growth as a person. And again, it's in your ninth house of spirituality. So it's so beautiful for you for the entire year. The entire year. There's going to be a lot of inner wisdom. There's going to be a lot of new perspectives that you're going to have. There's going to be a lot of also like travel, long distance travel. I wouldn't be surprised if you do these far flung journeys, maybe even wellness journeys, wellness trips. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. Publishing is on the table, book publishing, podcasts as well, broadcasting, higher education, even learning new things. You might go back to school for something. There's something here really nice. Now remember, the South Node moving into Virgo, that's letting things go, but certain routines, perfectionism, being hard on yourself, all of that, like really being even cerebral about it, because Cancer for you, that's your third house up here, right? So letting things go, even things that are up here that you are thinking about all the time and it's just taking up a lot of headspace. Perhaps even third house is also like siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, your relationship with them, and short distance travel. So you see, you got the 2 travel houses activated. So you may be doing a lot of travel. Okay. There may be a lot of travel on your mind. Also, Virgo is also represents like, the digestive system. So there is this very interesting level of intuition, because that is your gut. That's your gut health as well. And remember, your gut is your second brain. Some people say it's your first brain, and this is our second brain, but intuition, trusting your gut. All right. So amazing things are happening, because look at what's happening. You've got Venus, Saturn, Neptune, and now the North Node all in Pisces in your ninth house. This is an incredible stellium. You're going to see huge emphasis on your spiritual growth, higher mind, intuition. Like the more intuitive you are, everything is just so much easier for you. Cancer, this is going to be really big. So you're going to be bringing spirituality into your life a lot more, inspired actions as well, whether it's meditation, self belief, mantras, vision boards, whatever it is, even those little actions you take. When you're in the process of doing them, that already builds your spirituality. Become, you vibrate at the higher frequency. So really, really, really love this for you. Now, speaking of moon, right? The January 13th, Monday, we have the full moon in your sign, and I absolutely love it. I love this full moon. Cancer, I want you to think about the changes that were happening in your life 6 months before. We'll talk about this later when I break it down week by week, but just know this is, the moon rules you. The moon rules you. This is big. And remember, the North Node has moved into Pisces. So this full moon in your sign, what is it, like 24 degrees, 24, 25? Well, the North Node is at 29 degrees. This is a beautiful trine. Like, this is wonderful. Okay. And yeah, the nodes, like we go backwards with the nodes. But anyway, I really love this. There's something coming to completion, illumination for you. There's going to be this big moment that you have, all right, about you. This is in your sign. Remember, the moon has no light. It's the reflection of sunlight, right? So something's going to be illuminated here, and it's a lot of reflection, introspection that's going to be happening, but letting things go as well. Just bear in mind, remember what I said. There's still that overlap with Pluto, opposing Mars and the moon here. So just there still could be something testing, just letting you know something's got to go. All right. And the good news is that Uranus will trine the sun this day. That's a rare aspect. I hope it's a really, really, really rare aspect. And so you are definitely going to have some surprising, unexpected, great news come out of nowhere. This is beautiful. Or you will have a breakthrough. You will have a personal breakthrough. Okay. It is in your 11th house. So this is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. This is your social network, friends, your communities. Big. All right. And then we enter Aquarius season on Sunday, January 19th. So for the next 4 weeks, you're feeling these Aquarius vibes. And to be honest, you're going to go really deep. Remember, you've got Pluto here. Now you've got the sun here. And then you're about to get Mercury here. You're about to have a new moon here. And this is all in your 8th house of death and rebirth, of regeneration, of transformation. The 8th house is also shared resources, money, investments, inheritance, bonuses, commissions. It's also loans and joint bank accounts. It's love on a whole other level as well. Business partners as well. And so Aquarius is the genius, the innovator, very forward thinking, driven by positive change, freedom, freeness for all. Aquarius is the humanitarian, all right? Knowledge for all. Remember, Aquarius is the water bearer, Ganymede, all right? Chosen by the gods to serve the greater good, higher knowledge for all, okay? So this is big for you. Aquarius season is big for you. I want you to know that. Remember, Aquarius also has that reputation of, Aquarius is very independent. It's very, has that rebellious energy too. All right. So when you're going to be tapping into this energy, and this is your 8th house, you're going to be wanting big changes in your life. During the time Mars is retrograde in your sign, in a month where you have a full moon in your sign, yeah, this is going to be a life-changing month for you. All right, Cancer? You are going to be tapping into your James Dean, your inner Rosa Parks, your inner Virginia Woolf. All right, all Aquarians, your inner Harry Styles, Alice Cooper, if that's the way you go to. All right, so just know that you're going to be just be social around this time. Okay, Aquarius is very, it's 11th house. It's humanitarian, collective, all of that. But the reason why I'm emphasizing this is because once we hit Aquarius season, the sun will conjunct Pluto. So we hit Aquarius season with a bang. Okay, this is big. All right. Very powerful, the sun conjuncting Pluto. I can't even begin to tell you with it being in your 8th house. There's this is big cycle happening for you. Now, January 27th, Mercury moves into Aquarius. I like this. A lot of astrologers still say that Mercury's exalted in Aquarius. And I listen, it's very intelligent. It's very forward thinking. It's, this is going to move you in a whole new direction. Remember, in your 8th house. Okay. So very transformative. There's a lot happening here. Big ideas. Big ideas are going to come to you. You're going to be thinking outside the box as well. Now, January 29th is when we have the new moon in Aquarius. This couldn't be come on. We have Jupiter trining the new moon and the sun during this new moon in Aquarius. You've got Mercury and Pluto. Well, you've got Mercury and the sun conjuncting Pluto as well. This is big. And then on top of that, we have these sextiles with Uranus that's happening at the same time. Remember what I just said. Uranus is in Taurus in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams. So one of the best new moons. Really big breakthroughs here. Amazing breakthroughs. Especially, love, money, creativity, good news, all of that for you. All right. So, and Uranus actually goes direct on the 31st, last day of the month. That's freedom. That's freeness. That's breakthroughs. That's all the powers of Uranus now in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams and your social network and groups you belong to. So really, really nice. Remember I said in your monthly or your annual forecast, a lot of you are going to feel the new year doesn't even begin until the end of the month. Okay. But for a lot of y'all, it's going to begin in February. Some of y'all like March is like, wow. All right. So, and what's really crazy, just on a personal note, if you're into like birth charts or whatnot, natally in my birth chart, I have Mercury in Capricorn. I have Mars retrograde in Cancer. That's what I was going to say. That's how I can identify with you with this. And hey, listen, it's going to hit the same degree around my birthday. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. I have the sun in Aquarius. I'm in Aquarius. I have Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter's in Gemini right now. I have my moon in Virgo. Yeah, big month for me. But anyway, here's the aspects. All right, so just to give you a heads up, as you see, there's a lot happening, and this is not even, I couldn't even fit the sextiles on here. And sextiles are windows of opportunity. And there's a lot of good ones for you, Cancer, this month, okay? And feel free to, take a screenshot or whatnot to have this. But again, we'll talk about some of these when we break it down week by week for you. The other thing I want you to know is, or see, is that, again, you see that in the first half of the month, there's really not a lot happening, right? So it's when we get to that full moon around the 12th, 13th, 14th, like that, your full moon, that's when you're going to see things happening. All right. So just plan. But let's do it. Let's get started, Cancer. Let's see what's going on for you. All right. For January 2025 for Cancer, Cancer rising, Cancer moon. All right. So let's do it. All right, Cancer. Okay, so I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview, and if we need to pull clarifiers, well, you know that we will. Secondly, Cancer, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for being here. You know I love y'all. Wow, January 2025. Time's like speeding up. Time's speeding up. Jupiter's moving into your sign over the summer. Before you know it. Oh my goodness. Really crazy. All right, so Cancer, let's see what's going on. All right, this is going to be a month. Yeah, like I said, I did 5. Okay, we'll use this as a clarifier for this spread. All right, so Cancer, wow. You are definitely, everything I literally just said, like right here. Okay, so the biggest message coming through is this is the month where let's put effort in knowing what we want, being our authentic self, moving into the rest of the year. Okay. Especially after your full moon. All right. That's the biggest thing, but also let's be mindful of the people in our lives as well. You got the Lovers. What did I say? That new moon in Capricorn in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So there you go. big energy here. So look at this, all this sunlight, all this beauty, all this love. I love this. I said Venus in Pisces is going to be really great for you. There's going to be some options. It seems like that you may have made some decisions regarding partnerships, relationships. And again, it can be career. It doesn't have to be love. There's, every Cancer is different. You have different rising signs, different birth charts, makes you different from every other Cancer in the world. But you've got this archangel here. You got Archangel Raphael blessing you. He's a healer as well. So it's almost like you've been gifted all this love. Now it's your decision what to do with it. Where do I want to put that energy, right? Where do I want to build on that? So really love this for you. All right. There could have been some new partnership as well, or elevation, ascension in a current partnership. Now, Seven of Cups and the heart of your spread. This card really is just saying, go within. Intuition. Cups are intuition. Cups are emotions, feelings, all of that. But this is, a seven. It's all about desire. What do you desire? What do you want? What is going to rock your world, as the kids say, right? Or do they still say that? I don't know. But it's just saying you've got to know who you are to know what you want moving forward, right? This is, a little bit of smoke and mirrors here. A little bit of fog. He doesn't know. He's like, but the good news is there's a lot of opportunities for you this month. But you've got to know, where am I going to put that energy? What am I truly manifesting? What I'm manifesting, is it something that I truly, truly want? Is it something that I know I'm being wise about, right? So keep that in mind with that Seven of Cups and the Three of Cups energy here in your challenge area. So there is a sense of it's something where people are just involved in there's a lot of it seems like there's people along your journey, your karmic journey, your professional, personal paths, whatever it is. There's got to be something that it just feels like there's got to be something here where we identify a little the glitches, and then have solutions and move forward. Okay. It does seem like part of you moving forward has to do with other people. There could be something with that Three of Cups. This is a card of joy, celebration, but ultimately bonding, right? There could be something here where there's a realization that some people that you thought had your back don't have your back, support you. It could be in business, it can be a career, family, just again, what resonates with you. But don't forget that you do have Jupiter and Gemini in your 12th house. And so the 12th house is also like the lower expressions would be self-sabotage. It would be, not being able to face fears that you have, or even like hidden enemies, right? And so remember, you've got that Mars retrograde, you've got Mars opposite Pluto, you have Jupiter square Saturn. So it's really just like planning things, fixing things, and leaving the things that you don't want to bring into 2025 with you the first 2 weeks. But there is something here where it just feels like there's a falling out. All right. So I'm going to clarify that Seven of Cups for you. It just, yeah, you clarified you got the Two of Wands. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Two of Wands. So this is a card of just planning. All right. You got the world in your hand. So there's a good idea, yeah, with the Seven of Cups, but it is planning. And, he is at the top of the castle. He's got this great view. All right. So a lot of this, it just feels like there may be some experiences that you've had recently or are going through where it's like, let me figure this out to know my path forward. Right. So it definitely could be some career stuff for a lot of y'all with that Two of Wands. But it is just saying, let's plan until we know, right? Because you have that Five of Pentacles as well in your crown. So this is being hard on yourself. These two people in this card are focusing on their plight, and they're walking barefoot in snow, and it's dark. And so it's a dark and cold card. It is a five. It's a challenge card, and it's in your crown. All right. So there's a little bit of a blockage there, right? Like the crown chakra. Think about the crown chakra as well, like your connection with like the divine and you being your authentic self and all of that. Okay. Spiritual awareness. And there's a little bit of, there may be something there that may be blocking like your spiritual health. Okay. Or spiritual wellness as well. So try to identify what that may be. Remember, there's hope in every card. First of all, you see the pentacles here shaped as an anchor. this anchor of hope. And they're literally outside a church. Okay, they have the support all around them, but they refuse to look up. They're focusing on their plight. So it is kind of like this low energy frequency that's attached to this card. This is a sanctuary. They're outside a sanctuary. They can go in. So remember, you have the power to choose, and you want to choose to vibrate at that high frequency. Okay, and that does include facing the things that you have to face. Okay, making the big decisions. And like I said, I mean, one of the reasons why I spent so much time talking about Mars retrograde, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Yeah, and then you got the Four of Cups. Okay, so there's something that you may not be satisfied with this month, and so find the things that make you satisfied. Okay, have gratitude. When the Four of Cups comes up, first of all, the Four of Cups is attributed to Moon in Cancer. We have a moon, full moon in your sign this month. All right, so this is saying raise your frequency, because this guy here, you see the hand of spirit offering him a fourth cup. He's already got three, but look at his reaction. Arms crossing over his heart. There's this card's attributed to apathy, boredom, discontent. Cups, remember, are emotion. So look at these cups here, right? Even in your challenge area, is there something here where you're just like, something's got to change, or even like your perspective on something, or finding solutions, right? To get to that point where you're holding the world in your hands and feeling that confidence. Look, you got the Hierophant in your future, by the way. So use this time, this month, to plan, to know what you want, and not and truly know what you want. Really, really dive deep with that Ace of Wands. All right, so it does look like there is something that will be taking off for you this month. That's really great. A new path opening up for you. And again, it can be career related, it can be profession, but it's your ambitions, it's your passions, even a lot of creative energy, having these creative sparks, even feeling motivated creatively, right? And when I say create, think about creation, procreation, recreation. There's just something, again, find what makes you satisfied, is what this is saying. And then you've got the Hierophant in your future, who's a huge spiritual leader. This is someone who is, reveals all, great knowledge and wisdom. You see you've heard of Solomon's temple. There's the columns, right? Gray and tarot is wisdom, by the way. And so, anyway, it's all about being the wiser, right? Being in a place where you are being looked up to and you feel this divine connection. This is really great. This is really wonderful. He wears a triple crown. He's got the keys at his feet. He's got this knowledge and wisdom. So it seems like this month is going to be a journey for you. Okay. But the main thing is you got to know what you want. There may be some, maybe even some friendships that go a little bit sideways, but again, it can be family or just something where people don't see eye to eye. Again, there is that energy of that astrologically, right? So you got to work with those energies. Not abandon them. Work with them to get to a point where you can say, well, I did my best. I was the best version of myself. I was a better person in that situation, and I can't change that. And so, again, I know I did my best. I was my authentic self, and that's me. Okay? Which is really great. All right, let's get to your stuff. Oh my goodness, Cancer, y'all. Oh, this is going to be a month. All right. If you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's happening. I appreciate all that. I love reading your comments. I always want to know. This is just me. This is me, And if you want to become a member, all of that. I did that video, right? Your support, always appreciated. I was going to tell you one other thing. It's going to come back to me. But let's see what's going on here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's something that you do have to address, but let's get started. You have the Hermit. Okay, so remember, it's all about that introspection. Thinking about your journey so far, up until January, right up until this point. Think about your journey and really go within. This card is all about introspection, but remember what I said about gray and tarot being wisdom. This is all gray, all right? He's got that lantern light, all right? So You've got that light inside you. You don't really need that. This is like, you want to know what's next. You want to know what's happening, but you've got to go within to work with your intuitive energy so you can create your reality. All right. So again, spend some time really reflecting. And I think a lot of y'all are, with the Hierophant and the Hermit, or even will be. Now, the 10 of Wands in your external factors area. So yeah, you could feel a little bit of a squeeze this month. Yeah. And it could be with another person. And there could be another person who may be in your life that is, we're not seeing eye to eye. There could be someone who you may be concerned about because they're taking on too much. But in the end, 10 is the end. Okay. So just make sure that you don't overwork or feel burdened from situations. Drop a wand or two. Okay. Lighten your load. Lighten your load. But again, it definitely, with the Three of Cups and the 10 of Wands here, definitely can be another person. 10 of Wands is a Sagittarius card. It is, Saturn and Sagittarius. So it could be a Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius moon. But that does rule your sixth house, okay? So it could be like a colleague, someone in work, related matters. There could be someone here who is just overexerting themselves or even doing something in a way where they're not giving you the answers that you need. And so remember, it's all about practicing that patience. Okay? You got the sun. There you go. I love that. You got the sun here. You got the sun here. And this is really wonderful. So continue to move in that direction. The sun, the biggest yes, the sun, a driving life force. Sun. This is prosperity. This is abundance. This is opportunities. This is optimism. And it seems like that that's what you want in your life right now. That's the direction you're going. So continue to vibrate. Look, you can even see the vibrations here coming from the sun. I mean, that's what we talk about when we talk about when I talk about raising your frequency. Okay. You see that? All right. Now, in your final outcome, you have the Four of Wands. So there is something to look forward to. So put yourself on that timeline, right? This is a card of celebration, joy. This is a card of freedom and freeness. They're outside the castle. And hey, if you're here for love, partnerships, there you go. Proposal, dating someone, having a baby. This is milestones. All right. Work as well. Especially for you, because this card is attributed to Venus and Aries. Aries does rule your 10th house of career, fame, public recognition, honors, achievements. That's amazing. Wands are, work and enterprise and you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine, but you got to know what you want. You got to plan. All right. Plan your next steps. All right. Moving toward that milestone moment. Yeah. Look at that. Go within. This is strength. This is strength. Go within. Okay. That's going to make the big difference. Now, where do you find strength? Ask yourself that. Where do I find that source of strength? Is it God? Is it the universe? Is it, your children? Tap into that energy and you can have anything. You see the symbol infinity overhead, infinite possibilities with that strength, okay? That comes within you, all right? Remember what I said, Mars retrograde in your sign, you may be... And this is also strength is, you see her taming the lion, right? It's synergetic, by the way, but it's saying also taming that, wild side, right? If you want to, that primal side of you. Anyway, let's break it down week by week, Cancer. Let's break it down. I love that strength came out. Again, you can have whatever you want. Just have that inner strength and have that confidence and know that inner courage, that heart chakra energy, that heart, opening your heart. Okay. Self-love, really big. Focus on that. Now, first week of January, we talked about Mars opposite Pluto, Mars retrograde in your sign, Mercury moving into Capricorn, Venus moving into Pisces, all this energy, all of these big shifts. The one thing that I would say for you, I do like the 12th for you. January 12th, when Mars trines Neptune. Y'all, if you're a subscriber, that's one of my favorite aspects. Mars and Neptune, they have absolutely nothing in common. So when they get together in an auspicious aspect, it's fireworks. It's fireworks. Okay. So really love this. January 12th, you might want to, that's love. That's compassion, spirituality, imagination, your dreams, right? Mars is really moving things here and it's in your sign. All right. So this is going to be really relevant to you. Very emotionally moving. And if you are an artist of any type, if you're a musician, dancer, whatever, use this. This is huge creative energy. I love this for you. All right, so let's see what's going on for you for the first week of January. Mmm. Oh my diddly days. You got the Lovers in your recent past, and then you've got the Two of Cups. The first week, remember what I said coming after that new moon in Capricorn in your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. Wow. Wow. Go with it. Opening up your heart, opening up yourself and again, it can be platonic, it can be work related, but this is wonderful. A lot of passion here. Two souls, one body. This is beautiful. A lot of healing here as well. This is strong. This is strong. All right. So really, really love this for you. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. A lot of partnership activity. Wow. Wow. All right. So really, really nice. And I don't know if you know this, but that card is actually a Cancer card. It's attributed to Venus in Cancer. So really wonderful. Now, second week of, let me see. Second week of January. All right, so Monday the 13th. Yep, we have the full moon in your sign. Remember, the sun is going to trine Uranus that day. Rare. That only happens twice a year. All right, take it. This is breakthroughs. Have your breakthrough that you need. All right. Now, sun opposite Mars on the 15th. This is rare too. Remember, Mars is in your sign at this time. And how rare is this? For the sun to be opposite Mars, Mars has to be retrograde. You know, Mars doesn't retrograde that often, every few years, right? So last time the sun was opposite Mars, guess. I'll tell you. December 2022. So this is very interesting with the sun in Capricorn and the Mars in your sign. You see how this is still partnership energy for you, relationship energy for you. Again, it can be career, love, however you want to use this. The sun is a life force in Capricorn right now. Mars, all about action, physicality. All right. So you can feel really amped up around this day. Use it. Physical energy. All right. The sexual energy too, FYI, but exercise, gardening, whatever, just physical energy. Use this aspect. All right. It's also competitive energy, by the way, but in a way of like you using your skills, your wits, your charm, your strength, all of that. It's like being on a reality show, right? Like you have to outsmart, outwin all the other contestants. Kind of has that vibe to this day and around this time because it's such a strong aspect. You'll feel it, week before, week after. But this is, again, just finding that confidence within you. And then we have our first conjunction, January 18th, Venus conjunct Saturn. This is big, huge, 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 huge. This is really setting yourself up for success, long-term financial structures, making the right decisions. Okay. Saturn, remember, he tests you. He brings those reality checks. Are you expending your energy on something that you're 50% in on, right? So do all those gut checks, reality checks around this time. This is going to be big. Remember, Saturn's all about the long term. Venus is love, relationships, creativity, money, all of that. All right. So you're going to see this play out because we're going to have a couple of these conjunctions, but this is the first one. So let's see what's going on for you for the second week of January. You got the Five of Swords. Okay, so remember, you've got that full moon in your sign. Mars is retrograde. Mars is opposite the sun. Mars is opposite Pluto. Jupiter square Saturn. So remember, okay, let's not overanalyze things, overthink things. This is getting a little... Okay, especially with Mars retrograde in your sign. It could be, remember I said competitive energy. There's combative energy too. So ask yourself, do you have the strength, right, to drop those swords in your physical world, up here as well? That's going to make the big difference. The Five of Swords really is all about like self-respect and self-dignity and, knowing your limits, knowing your battles, fight, is this battle worth it? Like that kind of energy. I'll even clarify the Five of Swords for you. All right. Yeah. And then you got the Chariot. How interesting is that? Because the Chariot is your card. The Chariot is attributed to Cancer. And so you drop those swords, right? You're just going to be flying. You're going to be, nothing's going to stop you now. That's willpower right there. That is confidence. That's courage, moving forward, balancing any dualities in your life. All right. So very interesting with a full moon in your sign that week. Now, third week, the 20th. All right. So the sun, we officially move into Aquarius season, but remember the sun is going to conjunct Pluto once a year aspect. We'll talk about this in your weekly forecast. It's big. One thing for you, January 23rd. And by the way, that again is in your 8th house. So you're going through big transformations. All right. Death and rebirth. That's your 8th house. But remember, you need death for the rebirth. There's something that you've got to let go. There's something you've got to come to, and with your full moon, something's got to end, and then you can move forward. Okay. Now, one thing for you would be, there's so many aspects. So let me just tell you the big one that you like. The 25th, January 25th, Venus trine Mars. You know what happens when these cosmic lovebirds get together and Mars is in your sign. Will you feel this? Yes. This is one of the best days of the month. This, by the way, if you're a cross watcher, you watch for rising, your moon, or a lover, or, kid, whatever it is. This aspect, really, really great for Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, all the water signs. Yeah. Venus is in a really strong position here. She's in the superior position. So really love this. Again, this is love, romance, creativity, all like off the charts, what you want pleasure in, things that you desire, all of that. Here you go. I mean, this is it for you. This is wonderful. All right. This is you being very expressive, and you're going to want to be communicative. You're going to want to be around people. So do not book a solo trip on this day to like Antarctica by yourself. Rebook that. Now, let's see what's going on for you for the third week of January. Oh, interesting. You got the Tower. All right. Well, there you go. As I said, Mars is retrograde in your sign. The Tower attributed to Mars. All right. So third week, this is going to be, and we are and these conjunctions are strong. The other thing I was going to tell you, January 23rd, Mars will sextile Uranus. This is actually really great for you. Very high energy, but big surprises. Mars in your sign, big surprises. All right. Big breakthroughs. The Tower. All right. So, there's definitely something here that just seems like you're gonna have to, by the third week, make some adjustments. All right. With Uranus, by the way, Uranus is going to be very active. You see the lightning strike here. Uranus is lightning as well. So Uranus is going to be very active. With Uranus, the great awakener, the planet of surprises, the unexpected and breakthroughs, progress, all of that. If you do not take those actions to have your breakthroughs, right, then you're going to experience them. Okay. Like surprises and whatnot as well. Now, the Tower, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. So again, it seems like you actually may be the one. I'm going to check that for you. Let me just see real quick. Yeah. So, okay. The Tower, what I was going to say, the Tower moment, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. It clears the decks, right? For some things that are not working. And it can come in maybe a little unexpected, surprising way. You got the Page of Pentacles. So it does look like coming between the Chariot and now the Page of Pentacles. Seems like some of y'all are going to have these Tower moments like where you're the ones that's going to be like, okay, this is not working. I'm just going to burn it down, build it up. Phoenix rising from the ashes. All right. And look what happens. Look at what's waiting for you on the other side of the Page of Pentacles. So something rooting up in your life, new job, new monetizing something, studying something as well. He's the biggest student, right? The Page of Pentacles, getting a message that you've been needing to get. A lot of great things here. Turning a page. It's a page. Turning a page in the chapter of your life. So now again, the tower could just happen. All right. So something could just happen that week where it's like, oh, in the moment you're like, what's going on? But then, days later, weeks later, whatever it is, you realize it was the best thing for you. All right. So now, last week of January. Oh, Cancer, it's a loaded week. There's so many Uranus sextiles that are so good for you. We're going to talk more about in your weekly forecast. But these are just really good news coming out of the blue for you. These are good sextiles. And then you have a trine. You have Mercury trine Uranus on the 27th. Absolutely amazing. That's definitely something here about partnerships, relationships, just wonderful. Maybe even a friendship, but something that you really want. Again, some good news, some breakthrough energy, and that's rare, the Mercury trine Uranus. Now, on the 28th, Mercury will conjunct Pluto, a once-a-year aspect, big. This is you speaking your truth. This may be you hearing something you needed to hear. This is really going deep, really, really deep, okay? It's also my birthday, January 28th. Mark it in your calendar, big day. And the reason why this is big is because the day after on the 29th, we have the new moon in Aquarius. So if you're a cross watcher, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, all the fixed signs are really going to feel this new moon as well as the air signs, okay? But everyone's going to feel it. Now, what makes this new moon so special? Well, Jupiter, the planet of abundance, expansion, wisdom, profit, fortune, good fortune, luck, is trining the sun and the moon. And then remember, we have Mercury and the sun conjuncting Pluto. Boom, okay? One of the best new moons of 2025. Why? On top of that, the day after, the sun trines Jupiter. So we only had this once last year. We're looking to have it twice this year. It's going to work. The first one we're going to have right off the bat in January. Huge, huge. This is anything you want. This is abundance. This is abundance. Anything you want. And then Uranus goes direct the day after that. I mean, this is huge. All right, so let's see what's going on for you, Cancer, for the last week of January. You got the moon. Interesting. Now, what's really interesting about this is that, remember what I said. The moon, it's the reflection of the sun, okay? The sunlight, right? So it's really, remember, you got the Hierophant, you got the Hermit, now you got the moon. You got a lot of cards here that's telling you to go within, all right? Face some of the fears that you need to face, the conversations you need to have, things that you need to, let's take care of business, okay? The moon, it's all about introspection. It's facing things that you have to, all right? But things illuminated for you around this time as well. Remember, these conjunctions are going to be powerful with Pluto, which is power and empowerment, and you want to have all that empowerment, all right? Now, you see, it is card 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. You see the Hermit's face in the moon, okay? So really, really take that time, okay? Really take that time to go deep. Go deep. And the moon, by the way, in tarot is attributed to Pisces, all right? So again, it's our 9th house is spirituality, wisdom, higher mind. So it is going really deep and doing that reflection and just processing your journey. Yeah, you got the 3 of Swords. There's something the last week that there's this reckoning. There's this, and the 3 of Swords is attributed to, Saturn and Libra. It's a Libra card. So could be something with partnerships and relationships, but okay, so the 3 of Swords, you do that emotional healing that's being asked of you, right? Working with your emotions. Look at what's your gift, okay? Look at your prize. You got the 10 of Pentacles. You see the happy family here. You see the happy children here. You see the wealth. You see the abundance. You see the harvest. You see the pentacles raining in the form of the tree of life. This is huge. This is huge. This is saying you can have it all. This is coming into your physical realm. This is having that appreciation of everything. This is prosperity. This is success. So you're going to have to do some deep diving this month, but you remember you got that 4 of Wands too, the Hierophant. You got a lot to look forward to. The Lovers and the 2 of Cups. Now, let's break it down. Cancer. Oh my goodness. How long? Oh gosh. Okay, so let's do this fast. Well, no, I'm going to spend my time with you. Cancer, and by the way, just as a reminder, the second spread every week, whether it's a monthly reading, weekly forecast, I spend a lot more time with this, the second spread, but will be only for tier 3 members. All right. So, I made an announcement, and it would be great if you could become a member. I hope you become a member. Any of the tiers, anything, helps support. If you really want to support the work that I do, if you appreciate this work. Anyway, let's get started. All right, let's see what's going on for you for love. What can Cancer expect for love in January? Seven of Swords. Okay. All right. You've got to be honest with yourself about a situation in a really big way now, okay? A really big way. Seven of Swords is also an Aquarius card, right? Remember, Pluto, Sun, Mercury, New Moon, all of that in Aquarius in your 8th house, which has to do with love and relationships, okay? So be very honest with yourself. Seven of Swords is a card of dishonesty, deceit, disloyalty. So are you picking up those vibes from someone? Let's be on. And if you are single, is there something that you're doing that is preventing you from being in a relationship? Remember, you've got a lot of 12th house activity, and the 12th house is also like self-sabotage energy. So recognizing all of that, all of it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This is a big time for you. I'm going to clarify that Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so you do that work. Look at what you got. You got the Two of Cups. So when the same card comes out in 2 decks, you've got to really pay attention, right? You got to really pay attention. Seems like love, even self-love, again, is a big energy here, right? But wow. Relationships, partnerships, really big thing. Now, let's see what's going on for you with career. What can we expect for Cancer with, let me redo that. Okay, with career for January 2025. All right. You're going to be fine. You got the Queen of Wands. Very interesting. Remember I said that the Four of Wands is an Aries card, and you had the Two of Wands, which is an Aries card as well. I think you had another one here. But anyway, now you have the Queen of Wands, who's Aries, and she is the entrepreneur. She's a businesswoman. This is her sitting on her throne, attracting whatever she wants. She gets whatever she wants, okay? There's a lot of passion. This is, the law. She's basically knows the law of attraction, right? That high frequency. And remember what I said, Aries rules your 10th house of career. So it looks like you're going to be really good with career. Now, health. Ooh, okay. We're going to use that as a clarifier. Health. And when I say health, mental health, physical health, emotional health, social health, spiritual health, all of that. All right. So, so you got the Three of Pentacles, right? Which is great because that's ultimately all about bonding with others, creating something with others, working on projects, starting something new. All right. That's very healthy for you. All right. That's really great. It's our connection with others. That's one of the reasons that makes us happy and etc. Right. But you know that. But also the Devil is the card that popped out. So again, the Devil attributed to Capricorn, ruling your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Is there something here? The Devil is codependency. The Devil is obsessions. The Devil is bad behaviors. The Devil is doing things that you know are not good for you. So is there something here when that's affecting your health in any of the categories I said earlier that you've got to leave back in 2024, but also break free from the chains, right? Break free from the chains. This is a lot of partnership stuff here. Wow. And then lastly, the card that I'm going to do is what I call the pay attention to card. All right. So what do Cancers have to pay attention to the most in 20. Yeah, okay. In 2025. January 2025. There it is. All right. So, and these two clarifiers. So you got the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Wonderful. The 9 of Swords. Okay. And then the Queen of Cups. So, what does that mean? You got these two 9s here. 9 is, empathy. That self-love energy. 9 is fulfillment too. So focusing on that fulfillment. Remember, 2025 is the year of 9. 9 is completion, but not yet. It's completion, preparing for the Big 10, right? So this is, again, saying you've got to end some things here, right? 9 of Pentacles is great. That's, you being in your element, but wanting that freedom. And it's hard to have that freedom when you have that 9 of Swords, when there's so much going on up here, okay? Overthinking, overanalyzing, especially with your relationship with another person. And then lastly, you have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is Cancer, all right? Queens are water, cups are water. So it's double water as well. That emotional depth, not being afraid to have this emotional evolution, but also self-love. You can't, what is the phrase? You can't love no one else until you love yourself. Like, that's what this is. Okay. So it does seem like love and relationships and partnerships in general is a big thing for you this month. All right. Just be mindful. And we're going to talk. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm going to let you go. This is all right. So thanks so much, Cancer. If you like this reading, would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Oh my goodness. Tell me what's going on. The more that I hear from you, the more that I address comments and your comments and whatnot in my live streams and whatnot. And I know that Mars is retrograde in your sign. It's not going to be easy. So I'm here for you. Okay. I want you to know that. And remember, I have Mars retrograde in Cancer in my chart. So I'm going to be going through it too. But anyway, Cancer, next week, remember, we're not going to do your weekly reading. We're going to do part 2 of 2025 for you. All right. And but yeah. All right. Thanks so much, Cancer. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.